Hello.
Hiya.
Hey, welcome to
Can
the
you hear me all right?
stream.
Oh, thanks so much. This is exciting. I didn't think I'd get in first.
Yeah, just happened to work out. Sometimes that's the roll of the die. So I guess you were quick. Um, Thank you so much for joining me. Should I just be referring to you as Kyle? Is that good?
Yeah, Kyle looks great.
All right. So, Kyle, I'm going to be starting up your game here. Is there anything, do you want me to go in blind, or is there anything you want to tell me just ahead of time?
Ooh, I think blind's probably good.
Okay, let's
I
do
guess all
it.
I'll say is WASD or arrow keys in the
Cool.
description there, but
Yeah,
I
I do
believe
have
you.
a controller handy. Okay, I'm not controlling this character. I thought I was controlling. No, no. You just said WASD or arrow keys, and I started moving the mouse around. Like, oh, look at me. No, no, no. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So move in circles, build speed. Okay. And whack. Oh, I love the explosion effect.
Yeah, thanks. It's definitely cobbled together free art assets, but I think.
I was just about to ask where you got the art from.
Oh, just yeah, open game art, which is such an amazing resource, especially for someone like me who can't draw really anything.
Nice. Yeah, I I wouldn't say art is my forte, but I did most of the art for my game Allocate myself. Are you familiar with the Command and Conquer franchise at all?
Yeah, I have a hard time with strategy games just because my I don't know, I have a short attention span and I have a hard time doing big picture thinking.
Yeah.
But no, I've seen gifs of your game for sure in the GMTK Discord, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I tried to. The game is actually an old idea that I sort of repurposed based on the Jam theme here. Well, but anyway, why don't you tell me a bit more about how you came up with the idea for this game?
Yeah, so for me it was mostly about, for instance, solo developer, and I started a little bit late. I didn't get in there when it started. I needed something really simple. This is my first game jam, but I've had friends
Nice.
do other ones, and I know a lot of them when they would do kind of level-based ones, it would always be like a struggle to come up with puzzles and stuff. So first thought was some kind of endless, just arcadey game, and I don't know, at first I tried to come up with some kind of like clever idea with the theme, and then after a while I was like, I'm just gonna have a big ball that's tethered to you. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah,
that
that was
totally
the gist of
works.
it.
I spent the better part of 3 hours trying to come up with an idea for mine, which is why I also just defaulted to an old idea.
Yeah, and yeah, the physics stuff really appealed to me. Just something that was kind of quick to get together. The biggest mistake I made at first was I tried having realistic physics.
Mm.
Oh, I can't. I tried having realistic physics, and it wasn't fun at all. So I had to kind of pivot to I call it Fast and the Furious physics. Like in that one scene when they're dragging around
Yep.
the giant bank safe, and it behaves as if the car weighs like 30 tons. And, that's kind of what you need in.
It's really tough to keep a combo going. What's your high score?
146.
Oh
My
are
high
you
score. It's in that
kidding?
video down there.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
If you want to get some tips, but
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I made the classic mistake of I balanced it for myself, someone who'd been playing it for 36 hours. So yeah, that definitely makes it harder.
Now, I mean, so you said, is this your first jam project?
Yeah, it is. I've been wanting to do it for a while. It's finally badgered me into it. Yeah,
Well, I
it's such a
mean,
different rhythm to normal game design, where I tend to take my time, maybe more so than I should. It's fun to kind of be forced to get something out there.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would definitely say. I guess, sorry, I'm having a bit. 28 seems to be my limit. Well, congratulations on finishing the project, like, first and foremost.
Thanks so much.
Totally fun, totally playable. Like, it's simple, but I would say that you nailed your scope, you know? Like, it works. What can you say?
I appreciate it. That's what I was going for. Just get to the finish line.
Yep. Yeah, I was very lucky. I don't think I would have finished my game. I was working right up to the end. I implemented the camera shake with like an hour to go.
That was one thing I wanted in here that I couldn't quite get. Were you solo on yours?
Basically, yes. I was using music by Mark Sparling, and I had a bit of assistance. The sort of central building that I had here, I sketched this out on pencil and paper, and then my girlfriend traced it out in Notepad, not Notepad, Notepad++, no, what am I saying? Not Notepad, god damn it, Paint.
Paint? Yeah, there you go.
Paint, the other basic Windows app, and then I was able to do all the flood fills in Photoshop and add a little bit of texture. So I definitely had a little bit of help.
It's like the art reminds me of like, I don't know, an Amiga game or like an old adventure game even. But I do really like it. That's one thing. I missed like old Flash games that had kind of like devil may care attitude and like kind of imperfect assets. And I've been mourning their loss for so long I didn't realize that they're just Game Jam games now. And, that's exciting to me that they're still going.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the sort of gradient effect was the best that I could do in the time that I had. You know, if I still had an old of Google SketchUp, you know I would have built that whole thing in 3D and tried to give it the basic lighting effects to make it look like actual Command and Conquer assets, because I don't know how to use Blender. I've been meaning to learn, but...
See, but I kind of like how you have it better, though, because if you had done that, it would have been Command and Conquer, but not quite as good. But with this, it could do its own thing in a way that personally, that's a thumbnail I would click on. If you had the top five.
I do appreciate you saying so. I'm going to give this like a couple more even tries, and then I do want to move on just because I know like there's such a huge queue building, as always. And yeah, so with that, Derpy Ash, if you are going to be ready to join up, I will phone you next in Discord. So I'm going to give this game one more try, and then we're going to move on to Derpy Ash, and then we'll probably do a random roll for the person after that. So let me give this one more honest shot, and since I'm going to focus, I'd love it if you could share like an anecdote or just something about the game's development that you think would be fun for other people to know.
Oh, sure. Oh, I should have saved the Fast and Furious thing for this. I don't know. The main thing is that I definitely spent the first like 5 or 6 hours like going through bad ideas and running into dead ends on other projects, and I was actually getting pretty discouraged when I came across this one. But once you find the right idea and you get into a rhythm and you stop kind of being your own worst enemy on stuff like that, it's amazing how quick you can get something together and to just like kind of keep pushing forward. That's what the Game Jam format is really cool about. So if anyone's, I don't know, discouraged from something like that, just keep plugging at it, and you'll at least end up with a learning experience.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I can't beat my high score, it seems. I'm sure everyone in chat can do better. But let me go ahead and share the link to your game. Prove me wrong, chat. Prove it to me that you can do better than this. Give the game a try. I will be rating everything that I play on stream afterwards. So I'm just bookmarking everything for now. But just, again, to keep things going, we're going to be getting to the ratings later. And next up, we're going to be playing Derpy Ash's game.
Thanks so much for talking with me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for hopping on the call. Talk to you later.
Absolutely.